Hmm.
Yes, like if I want to get Gary, I'm not just going to Gary just because of the color or whatever.
It's true. So as you are entering the Gary, your market, you are greeting Mama Ada. Mama Ada, good morning. No, this your Gary, no sour. You go to the next day, Mama, okay, chuku.
No, I
Before
don't.
you know it, you have tasted like 15 people's Gary.
One shop. One shop is enough.
Mm-hmm. Now you talk.
One shop, please.
Okay, oh, I agree with you and I support you.
No, but that's the thing. You have to sight the Gary from afar, look at it if it's nice, then you go there. It's not that, okay, because I want Gary, I'll stop at all the shops. No. You have to look and then get closer and closer, and if it's nice, then you taste it. And that's it.
Hmm. Hmm. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's open up the phone lines. Can you marry from an opposing? I want to make it as so you're not saying, hey, I am Ogboluku, but I married Abia, and we are Catholic. They are Pentecostal. No, a different religion. If you are Christian, you can't marry Christian. You must marry Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, traditional worshiper, and you must marry somebody out of your region. Meaning, if you are south, the closest you can marry is east or southwest. It's not that you are Abia, but you can marry Anambra. Your people are still Igbo. I'm talking about different regions, different tribes from different regions. Can you? It's like saying that if free is marrying. Anyway, I did it. Taste buds is Igbo. I am Yoruba Romanian.
Hmm.
Sure, you get.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My grandfather did it.
That's why you are where you are today,
He
looking
married
beautiful.
he married Igbo.
And did he regret it?
No.
Uh-huh.
No. She actually gave us this light skin.
Thank
So
you.
white. So white. And the pointed nose and everything.
Hey, that's pointed nose. That is turning people upside down on my Instagram. It is well. All right, so we don't have much time today. Let's take phone call.
Okay. Hello? Yeah, good evening. Hello? Hello, good evening. Hello? Good evening. Good evening, Ada. Yeah, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Good evening, Dimitri.
Good evening, gorgeous. How are you doing?
I'm Christine calling from Ada.
Christine, how old are you? Ask her how old she is.
Christine, how old are you? Myself? Yeah, I'm 28.
Oh, wow. You don't sound it. You sound young.
I'm married,
Oh, wow.
but I'm married at age old. Hey, Ineka. Abati. I free your God.
So you are that sister. You now went to marry her, though.
But I feel that very soon there'll be a lot of intertribe marriage, like the mentality of marrying a particular tribe change with time, just with time.
Now,
Sorry, dear. Can you hear that the freeze? Well, I can't hear that freeze.
ask her, what about marrying a different religion? I understand she would do a different tribe. What about a different religion?
Different religion. Can you do that? Different religion would be hard for me. Why? Well, because I feel if how do we pray in a different religion? How do we communicate to our God together? Because marriage should be a union. We come together to pray together. And how would I be married someone like the Muslim while I'm a Christian?
You people are worshiping the same God now. You people pray together to the same God, then you can go and pray your Christian way. Your husband can go and pray his Muslim way when you're done. I don't see it as a problem.
I can't hear that.
is religion so important?
I don't know how
Damn.
that for the children. Or I let them pick their religion. I don't know how. It makes it more complicated, to marry a different religion.
I think it all depends on personal tolerance. Thank you so much for your call, beautiful sister. Thank you so much for your call, beautiful sister. That was very sweet, right, Adobe? And one thing that I would like to say is, if you truly worship God, you will not see religion as a barrier. If you if you know God, you will never see religion as a barrier. You will never see your difference in faith as a barrier. Good people are good people despite religion. Bad people are bad people despite religion. And Christ never practiced a religion. Never. He never practiced Christianity. If there was any religion he practiced at a time, it was Judaism. When he went to the temple and all those things he did, they were according to Judaism, but he didn't teach Judaism. He taught love, especially if you read Matthew chapter 25, from verse 31 to 41. He said, when the final trumpet is blown, when he stands to judge all nations, he will not judge them on faith or religion. He will judge them on love. I will ask you, when I was in prison, did you visit me? When I was hungry, did you feed me? And he thereby said that is what he will base the criteria of selecting heaven and hell. Just read Matthew 25 from 31 to 41. People just like to dodge that part because it doesn't support their brand religion. What we've turned religion to in Nigeria is really Coke and Pepsi, Man U and Arsenal. Forgetting that the God that is behind the Abrahamic religions, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, are Abrahamic religions. They're monotheist Abrahamic religions. They believe in one God and they all came from Abraham. So the question is, are you ready to be in a relationship with someone of a different religion, but he's a good person? He's good, he has a vision, he's forward thinking, he loves you, cares for you, he's everything you would want in a man, except he's a different religion and a different tribe and region from you. I want to ask you honestly, would you marry such a person? And I want to ask you honestly, would you allow your children to marry such a person? So, phone lines are open. Let everything begin.
Absolutely. Hello.
Hello,
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
Fine, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Victorious.
Okay.
Good evening, David.
Good evening, Victorious.
Okay. That has been a nice weather.
Thank you so much, sir.
Concerning the question that is raised, like you have said, anyone that knows public most very well, do not think about religion. As for me, I'm not married, but I am free to marry from anywhere. That is good for me. I'm not my parents are suffering from that. I'm being also of that a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I am not using a smartphone and I would like to be a part of the nation. How can I be? So, I'm not.
Ooh, okay. You might need to be able to update your phone because a lot. Okay.
Okay, Daddy, please go on.
Yes, you might need to have a smartphone because a lot of our work is online. We're trying to take people away from um, the offline mentality. It's hard when the most successful companies are online companies. Uber, they're online. They're more successful than your taxi companies. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. It's hard for me to keep you trapped in a world that is expanding simply because I want to remain traditional. So that's my mantra. But hey, of course, we're on Cool FM every Sunday morning, 10 p.m., 10 a.m. till midday, thereabout. I hope that worked.
Mm.
So let's take more calls. Let's see our people. Can you marry somebody from a different tribe and religion?
All right, 0700 993 993 993.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, okay. Hello,
Good
good
evening,
evening.
sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, I was saying with what it is, so it's not going to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to work because the war has to get out of system, and it's not going to work. You don't expect me as a Christian to go and marry a Muslim about that. Not possible. Okay, now, it is easy for a guy who is a Christian to marry a Muslim, but he's not a Christian Muslim.
Why? Why is it easier for a guy? Ask him, why is it easier?
Guys guys are different. Different
Can you see the chauvinistic idea? Because the guy can convert the girl by force.
What did you say?
Talking about it. And when it comes to religion, there's always a war between the Christians and the Muslims. I'm not talking about the body, the Hindus, or traditional worshippers. That one is different. But talking about Islam and Christianity, there's always a war. You can take the studies, the way he said the century, Islam, taking into consideration that Christian and Muslims fought war more than any other religion fought. So talking about the Christian marrying a Muslim is not possible. It's not going to work for that woman. Talking about feminism in Nigeria, survival in Nigeria, it's everywhere in politics, everywhere you go, it's survival. Like when I'm outside there and I go to market and hey, in Aquana, this other with the outside. They look for places and show that they are evil. When you come in, it's like, I'm maybe, I'm talking about okay now, money is the president. Custom, because of general is a Muslim, Elsa. Buka is a Muslim, Elsa. Finance is a Muslim, Elsa. Senate president is a Muslim and an Elsa. House of West Speaker is also a Muslim and Elsa. So how is it going to work? It's not going to work. So just forget about it, tribalism stuff, and just focus to the main topic. Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, more calls, more calls.
Hello.
Hello?
Good evening. Your name?
Hello, I said Chidi the conductor.
Oh, Chidi.
Someone to do.
Yes, we recall.
Yeah, I want to thank you and appreciate for all some of it. Thank you very
Hmm.
much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, in this issue now, I don't see anything wrong. You know that if God wants to bless someone, they say God works in mysterious. So, I don't see anything making me not marry somebody from the Fulani, somebody from another tribe, or any other religion. It's just a matter of love. And you fall in love with someone, and God wants you to be loved. No matter religion or what. So, I'll just take it as I go. So, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Quite deep.
Yeah.
Let's take more calls.
Hello.
Happy to hear yours too, sir.
Yes, sir. Actually, I would have liked to say something concerning that population. I think that's the major problem we have in this country. Be it Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, and Sacrifice on time. All those things are the major issues that we have. Not right for me.
Wow.
Hi, Daddy Freeze. No, I go marry Adobe. I am from her state. I beg, don't kill me with laughter. Movie 11 Waju, New York City.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And then we have this one. Good evening, Daddy Freeze and Ada. Those who aren't interested in Daddy Freeze's annoying opinion, may you all stop listening. Move. There are so many other stations to listen to for crying out loud. Gonna be from a tear star.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hello?
Hello,
Good evening, how are you?
this is Jerry from Toronto.
Okay, Jerry.
Yeah, I have seen your program very well and it's fun now. But
Okay,
so,
sir. Go ahead, sir.
to focus, this program is making a lot of, there has a lot of people listening to. Forget about what other people say. Because that thing from me. You talk about religion, it's life and death, you know. What religion, anything has to say for the benefit of all that they are intended to do. So that's all the other I don't want to say.
Alright. Jerry.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Apparently there was a bit of a network seizure.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So you were saying,
I was reading out the message.
okay, please read it out again. I beg your pardon. There was a network trip.
No problem. Well done, bros. Great job. I am I am totally in support of you, but most people worship their pastors because of the impact in their lives. Example, Philip.
Hmm. Okay.
Daddy Freeze, keep on with the good work. Keep proclaiming the good news to the world and Nigeria in particular. I love you, Daddy Freeze, and Adam, well done. Thanks so much, Hillary from Korodu. Adam, what if the thing from afar looks good and you get close and it's still looking good, then you taste and find out the taste is bad? What would you do? You look for another? Just asking. I am okay. What name is this? OJOZ1 from Ikoyi.
Hmm.
OJZ1. My dear, even marriages, most marriages don't work. More like I am praying for that to happen. When I get there and I'm not comfortable, I take a bow. It's not the do or die.
Hmm.
Being Daddy Freeze and Ada, my wedding is coming up very soon, and my wife is
Woo!
from River and I am from Edo State. But as for different religion, is a no for me. Lutonero from Ikorodu.
Why?
Hmm.
Why is no a why is religion a no? Why can't you live in harmony with someone from another religion?
But
Now,
Daddy Freeze,
wow.
can you do it?
Of course. Of course. Unless the person's views are, like, for instance, I can't personally, as a Christian, marry a Christian that does not wear earring and ties her hair and goes to church 5 times a week. Even if we're both, I can't marry you. I don't marry. Christ did not preach extremism. There were times when Christ went to party and drank wine. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. So if I'm going to marry someone who's Muslim, it has to be moderate Muslim. I can definitely marry someone who identifies as Muslim. You know, there are people who identify as Muslim, but they're not practicing Muslim. That is easy. I can marry someone who's a moderate Muslim, as in practices Islam, but is not hypocritical or what's that word again? Extreme. I can definitely do that. But that I cannot marry. If I meet a woman, imagine taste buds now, the way she is sweet, everything takes care of, makes me happy, cooks, everything is wonderful. Then I now say because she's Muslim, I will not marry her. Because she's Igbo and I'm Yoruba, I will not marry her. I'm wasting the essence of my life, which is my happiness. Do you remember the former governor of Lagos State, Governor Fashola? His wife was Christian.
Yeah.
His wife is Christian and he's Muslim. He used to drive her to church on Sunday and drop her and go home, according to the reports we heard.
My dad is not, he's not a religious person. He's a nice person. He treats people well.
Yeah.
But going to church, no. They tell you, if I'm going to be judged by not entering a building, then fine. He doesn't. Well, he drives my mom and he drives us to church and then he goes back home to cook.
To cook?
Yeah, my dad cooks every Sunday. We come back from church and food is ready.
Oh, that's so romantic. As in seriously romantic, as in your dad drops you off in church and then goes back home to cook. A typical pastor will tell your husband has problem, spiritual problem, the devil is going to use him and all sorts of ridiculous nonsense. I haven't set my foot in a church in the last 5 years and I'm more spiritual, more in touch with my spirit, more scriptural than
Your spiritual antenna is working.
more than the pastor, let alone the people that are attending the church and they are collecting their money from them. Nonsense. So I have come to a point where Taste Buds was Pentecostal. I was also Pentecostal.
Okay.
But when we both saw the light, we both moved into direct worship of Yahweh by understanding his tenets and reading his scriptures, and we both, it happened at about the same time. So I don't see why, because there was a time, if I didn't go to church on Sunday, I'll be very sad. Then there was a time I was now moved to doing Sunday morning, not knowing that me, where I the wrong go church, God go and give me my own church for radio. But me, I the wrong go my pastor. I rejected it so many times. They forced me to do it. They punished me. It was my punishment because, let me tell you this. When we signed our contracts, initially, we were supposed to be working 5 days a week. But they made us work 6 days a week. So, Baby and I think she's with BFM now. She was with us then. We fought it. We said, no, we do. So, Baby now left to Beat FM, and I didn't have anywhere to leave to go to. So, my punishment for the rebellion was that I would do Sunday morning. It was inconvenient. It was the time I like to be in church. I begged them. I said, I have to go to church. I was a church person then. I said, no, I have to go to church. They said, no, it's your work. If you can't do it, resign. And unfortunately, church did not provide any work for me. And I had family to feed. So I just put my tail between my legs and went to do the work, or grumbled about it. Then, after about 6 months, I started realizing that I could do it. What I used to do was I'll listen to I'll go for the third service, listen to whatever my pastor preaches, come back and try to preach some of it as best as I can. You get? So after a while, people started listening to me, and I started enjoying it. And about a year later, the same wicked man that put me on that show, there was one of God that we had that they start with text message. Hey, my mouth is not good. So that wicked of God, when he now saw that I was enjoying the punishment that they gave me, now wanted to remove me from the punishment. Can you see how wicked people are? You put me there as punishment. I endured it for 6 months. I now got used to it and started liking it. Then the moment you saw that the punishment was bringing me joy, instead of you to leave me where I turned the lemons you threw at me to lemonade, you decided to take the lemon again. So I will not even have lemonade. That's how I do you. They now went to bring real pastor. They said me I should go into church. I went to church. I did not fit in. I missed my show where I could talk about my own little inspiration and the small Bible that I knew. That's how pastor was preaching for 2 months or 3 months. So one day my MD was driving. He said, "Who is this guy on my radio?" They say it's one person. "Who used to do the show before?" Say it's Daddy Freeze. And I put Freeze back.
Wow.
That's how they instated me. Now I was now doing it with Ginger. You understand?
Yeah.
So I've also been down that road. Now, when I now started doing this show with Ginger, by the time I'm done, I'm missing even third service. Then my church moved from where they were doing 3 services to one place where they're only doing 2 services. So as I'm finishing the radio and I'm rushing to church like a crazy man on a Sunday morning, I'll only meet the last 15-20 minutes of service. But I still have to go because I still had to pay my tithe. Sure, you are listening, Ada?
Yeah.
I still had to go because I could not afford to not pay my tithe. Do you get?
Every day?
Every Sunday.
I thought it was like once in a month.
You know, some of us work weekly. We used to get small gigs, anything you get that week, you still want to go and give your oracle. Say, Baba, after what you give me this week, I don't carry your own come, Baba. And let me tell you one thing about me. At my highest level of churchiness, I was most hypocritical. For instance, not smoke only on Sundays. Because that day I preach. Why am I smoking with the same mouth I'm using to preach and go to church? Monday like this, smoking has started again. I never used to smoke and drink on Sundays, but I used to smoke and drink the rest of the week. And okay, I used to take breaks too on Wednesday. Wednesday, because I used to fast, I'll fast the whole day. But when I break my fast, I'll smoke cigar that day. Nobody pray reach me. And they wake up, they pray 2 hours every day, steady. And my life was a mess. I cannot remember the last time I woke up to pray for 1 hour. I cannot remember. I don't think I've done it this year. Meanwhile, at that time in my life, there used to be 2 or 3 nights a day I would wake up and the whole house will shake. So, what am I saying is, the way I was then, I would not have been able to marry somebody from another religion. It would have been impossible. The way I am now, the message of, I can tell you, I've not cheated on my woman. I'm in the house the whole day. You don't realize how hold up my life is. Sometimes I just take a walk around just so that I will not be inside this room. I had a session with a forex trader earlier on, still the same bed. So I'm in the same house with taste buds every day, and I don't as a matter of fact, I don't even like going out anymore. I enjoy it. When we are done with the show, I'm going to go and watch a series, an episode or 2 with Ash is there waiting for me. We'll probably nibble on something. I might have a Budweiser while we're at it, just chilling, relaxing. You know, but my life was not like this at a point. My life was filled with all sorts of dirt and hypocrisy, and small girls were sending me their pictures, you know, all sorts of nonsense. I didn't ask for. I'm telling you that I will tell you. I did not ask for.
Hey.
But they were volunteering. I was not rejecting, but they were volunteering.
I was not rejecting.
I was not rejecting. You understand? And I think once or twice, maybe on a rare occasion, I asked for.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's round off. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. God bless you all.
Okay, Daddy Prince. Thank you so much. Do have an amazing weekend.
And you too. God bless. Look forward to having you again on Monday.